Hello and welcome to the Boys Basketball's Coaches Show, the second episode of the 22-23 season. I'm your host, AJ Ganger. With me as always is our coach, Brett Kopp. Coach, we are playing some of our best basketball maybe ever here at Piqua.
We're playing really well. We have yet to put in 4 quarters of really solid basketball on both ends. We've had 4 quarters good defensively. We've yet to put 4 quarters in offensively, but yes, overall we were playing pretty good basketball.
And you guys have won some close games and came from behind as well. How are those games doing and how's your heart doing right now for some of these?
Yeah, they give me a heart attack. The Xenia game was something else. I've never been a part of anything like that. Down 24 in the second quarter at one point, and we just tried to go from 19 at half to get it single digits, and then you never know what happens there. And they played hard, and they started to really turn up the energy. And it's hard on the road on a Friday night. They had Hall of Fame night, but that second half, they really brought the energy and played well.
And then we turned around, we played Stebbins, we won by 5, and then we turned around the next day and played Tecumseh. I asked Bryson this on his portion of the show. What are games, are those kind of games a little bit harder to prepare for when they're one after another, or is it, you're kind of already in your rhythm?
Well, it's preparation-wise, the coaches are prepared. Like we're prepared out until about January 5th in terms of what we want to do for the kids and schematically. But for them, I think it's just playing basketball. Like everything we do, we've already worked on at some point in practice. It's not new to them. Numbers are, but we kind of keep it as simplistic as possible for them, so it's not too much thinking. If you think too much, you're not going to play real well. And right now, we're just playing basketball, make adjustments as we go.
Talk a little bit about, you guys played last night against Greenville, walked away with the win there, 58-37. Talk a little bit about that game last night.
Defensively, it looked like we played a fantastic game. We had some mishaps in the first half that we corrected, but getting any league win is good. And we got better offensively throughout the game. Didn't really force the issue. Anson had a huge game, played really well around the rim, and then the second half we really sat down and defended and came away with the win.
Now we play Fairborn tomorrow night. The game we'll be covering on the Indian Nation station will be available to watch following that game. We play Fairborn. What is Fairborn looking like this year? They're coming into the game 3-4 overall.
They brought everybody back from last year, and I know they won one game last year, but they are very talented, very well coached. They're going to play hard. They got a big inside that's going to give us some fits. We just got to start better, start faster, and kind of show our will there early and to come out with a win.
Yeah, it seems like they have improved much. They just beat Butler last night 54-51 as well. So.
Yeah, and if that doesn't wake up guys' eyes up, well, I'm not sure what will.
No. Now, Coach, I've been looking and diving in at some of the free throw percentages we have, and nobody's shooting over 75%. Some guys, a little lower than others. How do you guys fix that? How are you going to fix that? Because free throws are huge.
Yeah, we just have to rep it. We have to shoot them. Kids don't miss them on purpose. It's not like they're not focused. We just got to keep repping them and get them in a good state of mind for them to make them consistently. I think a couple weeks ago we were about 65-67% in a game, which helped us win the game. We just got to keep working and getting better at it.
Now we have the holiday tournament coming up on the 28th and 29th here at the high school. Troy Christian, Graham, and Newton all coming in. What are you looking forward to most with this tournament?
It's just somebody new, seeing different games. I've been watching film of all MVL teams outside of Tecumseh, so it's kind of new to see somebody in person who, you don't get to play all the time. All the coaches I know pretty well, so it's going to be nice to see and chat with them a little bit. Good competition and just different styles. I think the stylistic part of it will help us a lot.
Our leading scorer in the Miami Valley League right now is Drayshawn Roberts. Talk about his game because he's really been playing well.
Well, the scary thing is he hasn't shot it really well. So once he gets back into that rhythm, which he's going to. I mean, I think he had 2 threes last night. He can score in bunches, and he's fun. Again, he's just smooth out there. If he's got a chance to get the rim, he can get to the rim, and he really. We had a little conversation at halftime of the Xenia game, and I think he had, of his 34, I think he had 26 of them in the second half, and so it just kind of, led us in that, and he does a really good job of distributing as well.
Coach, give us a little bit of update on our JV and freshman teams. Talk a little bit about how they've been doing so far.
Freshmen, I believe, is 3-3. JV's 2-4. They're starting to figure it out a little bit. Very good athletes who's learning how to play basketball. I think the JV's on a 2-game winning streak, so is a freshman. So it's been nice. Coach Wiseman got his first ever coaching victory, which is, that's important. That's a milestone for any coach. Coach Coleman does a great job with the freshmen. We just got to keep getting better. And they got to keep maturing mentally and physically and learning how we want to play basketball.
Great. Coach, we're going to be interviewing Bryson Roberts, like we talked about. What does Bryson mean to this team? He doesn't score a lot of points, but he's kind of that floor general, I would say, to an extent.
Bryson is energy. He's just a ball of energy. And when early in the year, he had a day or two where he just kind of wasn't feeling it. It's like, hey, we need that every day. Well, you got to have the energy. And when he's energetic and ready to go, our team is ready to go. He doesn't score a lot, but he's starting to hit his shots a little more now. He had a really big game against Sydney for us. Really good distributor, and he's usually guarding the other team's best player, which in our book is the most important thing.
Yeah, he does play very good defense too.
He's very good.
He did just commit to Capital University to play football. What are your thoughts on that?
That's awesome. It's great for these kids. I don't care if they go play college basketball. Yeah. As long as they're going to do something they want, even if it's not college, it's great. He's excited. He gets to keep playing, the sport he loves, and that's fantastic. He's in a great city in Columbus and not too far from home. So I'm excited for where he's got a very, very, very bright future.
It's a very beautiful campus down there, and lots of money put into a lot of their facilities.
Yes, it's great facilities.
Coach, thank you very much again for taking the time to be with us on the show today. We'll come back and we will talk to Bryson Roberts on the Boys Basketball Coaches Show when we return. Welcome to the second part of the Piqua Indians Boys Basketball Show. Again, I'm your host, AJ Ganger. With me, one of our senior captains, Bryson Roberts. Bryson, thanks for taking the time to be with us here today. Talk a little bit about how the season is going so far. We're on one of the biggest runs that we've ever been on.
Yeah, it's going pretty good right now. We got in our groove. We lost the first game, but then since then we started taking practice more serious. And since we started taking practice more serious, it's been translating into the games.
I mean, you guys have won 6 games in a row since losing to Butler. 56-44 against Sydney, 69-66 against Xenia, 57-54 against West Carrollton, 64-59 against Stebbins. Those 3 games in a row being close games. What is that like being on the floor for those games?
It's exciting, but I don't know. I just always had the confidence in us. I've never thought, even when we're down in the game, I'm like, oh, dang, we might lose. No, I always think that we're going to come back and win, and this year, that's how all of the games have been. It's kind of like the opposite of last year. Last year, we'd start off fast, and then we'd kind of slow down. This year, we've been starting off slow, and then speeding it up,
building it up
during the fourth quarter, yeah.
And it seems like you guys have a lot of come from behind victories as well. Is that just adjustments that coach is making, or is that just guys stepping up and making plays?
I think a little bit of both, but I also think we've just been starting off slow, and then at halftime when we get that, Coach Cobb, Coach Bixer let us know that we need to just start doing what we've been practicing all week, and then we just demand more out of each other, and then that second half we just been picking it up.
Now, one thing I've noticed in the last few years is we play a lot of games back to back. So we'll play one game on a Friday and then on a Saturday, or on a Wednesday and a Thursday. How hard is that on you guys to prepare for those 2 games? Because we just had one Friday the 16th. We were at Stebbins. We won 64-59. We turn around, come back home, play Tecumseh on Saturday night, 55-34. We win that game. So talk a little bit about what those situations are like.
It's a little difficult because you don't get really a lot of time to prepare like you would if you had those days to practice. So the biggest thing is just having that effort. You play a full game Friday night, and then you got to come back and play another full game Saturday. So you just got to make sure that you have effort and you don't start off slow and flat, because you don't have any effort, then you're just going to lose just by that.
What are some of your goals for the season ahead? I mean, we're almost halfway through the season. We play Fairborn tomorrow night, and then we got the holiday tournament and nothing else until January after that. What are some of the goals that you have looking forward for this team?
My goal is to win the league title. I think it's possible. I think it's doable. I just think that we just have to keep playing as well as we are right now and just keep demanding more out of ourselves.
I think you guys can do it as well. Now, today is National Signing Day. For people who don't know this, you just recently committed to a school to play football, I believe. So tell everyone a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I committed to Capital University to play football and continue my academic career as well. Just going on the visit, after I visited there, went on a game day and everything, it just felt right. nice coaches, just perfect feel for everything. So
It's a beautiful campus as
yeah,
well.
it's
Hopefully,
nice.
Dub C will give you guys a good game. So. Well, congratulations on signing the Capitol as well. Why did you choose football over any of your other sports?
I don't know. I just feel comfortable playing football. I don't know. There's just something different about it. Like, just the whole preparation and just when you're actually in the game, it just feels different. Like, it's kind of indescribable.
Bryson, again, we want to thank you for taking the time, and congratulations as well for committing to Capitol. Is there anything else you want to tell the community here before we get off the air?
No, just we're just gonna keep winning games and we're gonna get a title.
You guys need to come out and support these guys. They are playing some of the best basketball we have seen in years here at Piqua, if not ever. So Bryson, again, thanks for taking the time to be with us today. This will conclude this episode of the Boys Basketball Coaches Show right here on the Indian Nation Station. We will have the game on delayed against Fairborn tomorrow night. We will also be covering all 4 varsity games for the holiday tournament. All games are available and directly after the conclusion of the games. For Bryson Roberts, I'm your host, AJ Ganger. We'll see you next time on the Boys Basketball Coaches Show.